Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum CS Pro users. Tutorial on how to create a data backup. In this tutorial, we will learn how to create a data backup on the SD card and the internal drive. Ensure that an SD card is installed and that there is enough space to create a backup. If you insert an SD card while your application is running and attempt to backup your data, an error message will be displayed and the data will not be backed up. Why is this happening? Essentially, the application requires a subfolder named gov.census.cspro.csentry/files in the Android/data folder. When you insert the SD card while the application is running, this folder is not created. Press OK to continue. The application will be terminated. Now restart your application, and when you restart the application, the required folders will be created. The most effective method is to close the application before inserting the SD card and then run your application. When we select the backup option, the application generates a data backup file based on our preferences, whether we want the backup to be stored on the internal or external system. We will now look at the logic behind creating data backups on both external and internal systems. If we log in as a supervisor, the index number for backup listing data will be 13. And if we log in as enumerator, the index number will be 15. This value will be saved in the cell underscore option dummy variable. We are calling the same function backup listing data for listing data backup on both index numbers. If the operating system is window based, then do nothing. Otherwise, run the code after the else if keyword. The select keyword is used to give the option of specifying the field to go to in response to the error message. Because we don't have any fields to go to in response to the error message, we are using continue as the field name in our case. If we choose the first caption, these lines of code will be executed, indicating that we want to create a backup on internal data storage. Otherwise, these lines of code will be executed, indicating that we want to create data on external data storage. If we choose the first caption, then at this line, we are defining the path for the data backup. Double dots are used for moving up in the hierarchy. We are currently in the menu application folder, so we are moving up with double dots. Based on the current time and login ID, we are creating a subfolder. This folder will be created within the backup folders listing folder. We are making a directory with the Dircreate function on this line. If the backup/listing folder already exists, the subfolder will be created using the current time and login ID. If this folder does not exist, this line of code will first create a backup/listing folder only the first time, also make a subfolder. The result will look like this. Make a data copy in the backup folder by using the Filecopy function. Compressing data in addition to saving space in a convenient way to combine multiple files into a single file by using the compress function. Use the Filedelete function to delete all the CSDB files from the backup folder after the compressing data. Before running the application, review the directory structure in the application folder. We currently do not have a backup folder in our application folder. We have data in our listing folder, which exists in the 104 underscore data folder. Run your application and select on the internal data storage option. After completing the task, you will get the message. Press OK to continue. Again, view your application folder. At this time, we have backup folder. By tapping on the backup folder, you will see the listing folder. You can see another subfolder, the time and login ID by tapping on the listing folder. When you tap on this folder, you will find the zip folder named data. Make another backup for internal data storage. Because the listing folder already exists in the backup folder, so at this point, a new folder is created based on the current time and login ID, and the data is backed up in zip format in it. Let's look at the logic for external storage now. When we choose the second caption, these lines of code will be executed. The difference between this code and the one used here is that we use path type CS entry external with pathname function to store data on external storage. Over here, we are creating a test project folder before backup folder, and the rest of the logic is identical to that used for internal backup. Before running the application, review the directory structure in the external storage. We currently do not have a test project folder. Run your application and select on the external data storage option. After completing the task, you will get the message. Press OK to continue. Again, view your external storage. At this time, we have test project folder. By navigating the folders, you will eventually arrive at the zip folder. I hope this tutorial assists you in creating a data backup on your tablet. Keep on learning and goodbye.